Let's take it one step further. Let's take it now to the business world and the organizations that we work in today and how diversity really affects that. So as it relates to the business world workforce, okay, so we're talking about the workforce. What are some examples of diversity?
Men and women.
Very good. Men and women. Women are actually considered minorities in the workforce for obvious reasons.
In this day and age.
Yes, even in this day and age. Yes.
Different generations, the diversity of age.
Age. Language. What else?
Education level.
Education level, absolutely. What else?
Experiences.
What do you mean by experiences?
Well, you can have different levels of work experience and
Okay.
outside experience that you bring to the workplace.
Absolutely. There's obviously the obvious one, which is race, right, and ethnicity. We mentioned religion a little bit earlier as well. That's a form of diversity. Size, tall people, short people, right? Weight. Weight can be a aspect of diversity. So diversity encompasses a lot of different things. When people think of diversity, they just think of the physical appearance, what we look like.
Disabilities.
Disabilities, absolutely, absolutely. So we recognize that in the workplace, there can be a lot of diversity within the workplace. The next step to think through now is going to be, when it comes to a business and their objectives, whether it's sales, profitability, whatever it may be, what are some examples of how having a diverse organization can impact the business? So if we know about the employees, how can that actually impact the business if you do embrace diversity?
Profit-wise, you can market internationally in foreign affairs.
New markets.
I was going to say, we just hired our first, well, she's actually a student worker in our office, and she's the first person we've had that speaks Spanish. Now we can open up to a whole different group of people because we have a person who can speak their language.
Very good. So perhaps some additional sales opportunities there. What else from an organizational perspective? How else can diversity impact the business?
Say just new ideas, because if you're all the same,
Mm-hmm.
everyone has the same background and experience and things of life, you don't come up with new ideas, but if everybody has different perspectives, you might generate.
It could be some broadening of the horizons there, right? By having different beliefs or some other people's beliefs or aspects of their life being brought in, what they've learned. It also, you could also venture to state that it also affects their reputation. If you do have a business that does accept diversity, it could have a better reputation than some other companies in the community. Certainly as well, increased, well, I think someone touched upon the sales piece of it. If you have someone of a diverse background, if you understand the way another culture interacts and negotiates, then you have a better chance of also increasing your sales if you understand that. Perfect example of that, the Indian culture, okay? Not the American Indian, but the Indian culture. If you go to the Indian culture, they are notoriously famous for negotiating and haggling, right? In our day-to-day lives, we may have actually encountered some of this, and for us, sometimes we take it as being annoying. We take it as being rude, and that you're constantly negotiating for something. Well, in their culture, it actually is a sign of intelligence to be able to negotiate. Think about that, because they're smart enough to understand that they're not going to pay what you asked for. And if they can get it for a little bit less, that shows their intellect superiority. But if you don't understand that in a business situation, and you take it the way that maybe we would normally take it, which is, gosh, this is annoying, just stop, I can't deal with this anymore. Well, you could actually lose a sale, you could, whatever it may be that you're trying to accomplish, you may not get to that end result.